You know, I have to question this movie's existence. And I'm not even bagging on its quality. Not yet, at least. It's like someone in Warner Brothers say, okay, time to make another movie based on one of our DC Comics properties, but not Superman or Batman for the billionth time, so who do they choose? Jonah Hex. I mean, let's look at the untapped potential out there. What about The Flash or Wonder Woman? No, instead they go with Jonah Hex. Not that Jonah Hex is a bad idea for a movie, it's just that you know they're going to fuck it up. Jonah Hex, once you get over the fact that one side of his face is burned off, so he looks slightly like Two-Face from the Batman books, he's just a cowboy bounty hunter, nothing more glorious than that. He doesn't have superpowers or a rogues gallery, and he doesn't make out with other dudes, so basically, if you're going to make a movie out of Jonah Hex, you're making a western. A guy with a half-burnt face that shoots other people better than most. There's a billion possibilities, but man, when you hear about how they cocked it up this time, you may go ape. I know I almost went ape, except I was half asleep by the time the movie finished. The movie changes Jonah's origin to streamline it by coinciding it with his rivalry with his enemy Quentin Turnbull, known in the comics as the guy with the eagle-topped cane. So far, it's not a big deal, taking out the parts about a hatchet duel with a native and all that. It makes sense to integrate the origin more with the villain, but I'm not done yet. In the movie, Jonah starts off as a Confederate soldier who denies an order to burn down a hospital, so he doesn't believe in killing innocent civilians. In the battle that broke out due to his dissent, he kills a man by the name of Jeb Turnbull, his commanding officer. Jeb's father, Quentin, gets revenge by killing Jonah's family and branding one side of his face with his cattle brand. Jonah erases the brand by burning his face even worse with the blade of a hot tomahawk. He wants his revenge on Turnbull, but Turnbull dies in a fire before he gets the chance, so Jonah takes out his frustration in bounty hunting. Okay, so that doesn't sound so bad, right? Well, here is where it goes from has potential to, dear God, turn it off, in one scene. It seems like they couldn't resist giving Jonah Hex a superpower, and boy is it a weird one. Apparently, after getting his face burned, he almost died, but some natives used their mysticism to revive him. But now he has the power to temporarily resurrect the dead and speak to them. So basically, if he touches a corpse, it comes to life. This even works on one that's almost rotted down to a skeleton. The people he resurrects experience a burning pain due to what he's doing being unnatural, and the only thing that can stop that is pouring dirt on them because, why not? They go back to being dead as soon as they break contact with Hex, and as if that wasn't ridiculous enough, Hex's weaponry is absolutely batshit. In one of the earliest scenes, he reveals that he has chain guns, 2 of them, mounted onto his horse. I don't even want to get started on the Logistical Nightmare, but apparently someone thought it would look cool, so he wound up having that in the movie. And that's my main problem with the film. So much of it is nonsense that was thrown in there to look good. They turned what was basically a Western into a bad parody of a Michael Bay film, complete with explosions and Megan Fox. Oh yeah, she plays a hooker. The plot has to do with Turnbull, who isn't dead after all, getting some sort of super weapon, and I swear I'm not making this up. He wants to use it to destroy Washington, D.C. in the centennial celebration because I guess the South will rise again. This weapon, which is made up of glowing orange balls, was apparently invented by Eli Whitney, who's probably rolling over in his grave. So President Grant gets wind of this somehow and hires Jonah Hex to stop Turnbull, reasoning that he's not only good enough, but would really like to kill Turnbull. Well, what's sad is that there's some decent actors in here doing their best job. You even have John Malkovich as Turnbull, but their performances are it's like they're trapped in a crazed carnival created by Warner Brothers, who are the real supervillains here, trying to destroy the Jonah Hex brand by making it into a confusing mess of a summer action movie. The film's score is mostly songs by the metal band Mastodon, and like them or not, you have to admit that's a pretty fucked up choice for a Western. But of course they weren't trying to make a Western, they were trying to lull in stupid people to the theater with promises of chain guns, explosions, and Megan Fox's sweaty boobs. For a movie with almost non-stop action, it sure bored me to tears, as the incoherent mess of a plot lost me about halfway through. I just counted the minutes until it was over. Well, at least it's short. 2 out of 10.